when I wrote the script, I didn't know that the film would ultimately get here. I didn't know if the film would get made. So when I wrote this film, I was a guy about to start teaching in Korea in Songdo, and
Oh,
then after I finished the script, I went to Songdo. I was teaching there, and I thought, this is my life now. I'm a college professor. So I had no idea that the film would even get made. And then 2019, it got picked up and we quickly got into production. Then it got into Sundance. And all of that time just went so fast that I feel like, yeah, I suddenly find myself here and wondering what happened and how did life change so much in such a short amount of time.
got it.
I am I am a lover of Korean films,
Wow.
and um, I just in terms of the directors these days, for instance, Lee Chang-dong 감독님, I'm such a huge fan of his work, and even when I'm in his presence, I'm nervous because I know he's a master, and I have so much respect for him. And Hong Sang-soo I love, and of course Bong Joon-ho 감독님. I feel like Parasite is a perfect film. That's all I can say about it. He made a perfect film, and it's sort of the type of work we all aspire to. Um, and I was so proud of that film when it came out, as though it was almost like my own somehow. That I saw this film, and it was from Korea, and it does everything that all filmmakers are wanting to do around the world. So yeah, those are great, and I try to watch a lot of older films as well. Um, so yeah, it's one last name Chong. I'm a Chong, and
Chong.
my mom, when she was pregnant, my mom thought we're going to name him Isaac. Isaac is his name, and then
Oh,
my dad was thinking, the man is supposed to name the son. Why is the mom naming the son? And after I was born, in the hospital, my dad was walking to the office where he tells them my name, and he decided, I'm going to add Lee in the front. Paul does offer a look into Christianity that is different from what we might think. And that's his church. His church is very different from what we think of as church. It's Christianity is an important part of me, in that I grew up in a Christian household, and my wife and I, we all continue to go to church. I'm a member of an Episcopal church myself, um, but to me, it's an interesting human thing as well. It's not just a religious idea and something that I'm trying to preach, but it's more, how does Christianity or religion inform who we are as people? What does that mean for us as human beings? That's more of what I'm interested in. And I'd say that's, for instance, why I respond a lot to director Lee's films as well, like Secret Sunshine, and how he talks about faith and Christianity. Even if it feels like we're looking at it from different sides, I really think we're looking at it at the same way. What does it mean to be a human being who believes in something? I was a biology major, and my parents never pressured me to go to medical school, but I decided I need to find a way to make back money because going to Yale is expensive. My parents are making a huge sacrifice, and maybe becoming a doctor is the easy. It's not easy, but it's a way that I know how, just because I know how to memorize numbers and all these different things. Um, when I got to my senior year, I found myself completely unhappy. I was working in genetics labs. I would work in labs every summer, and I just found like it was a job to me. It wasn't something that I was passionate about, and I had to take an arts class in order to graduate. So I enrolled in this class by a filmmaker. His name is Michael Romer. He's actually one of the great American independent filmmakers. And when I took his class, all of a sudden I just dove into film only. Like that's the only thing I could think about. Um, and my grades in biology, they went down. And all of my time was with this film class. My only class I got an A that year, and it's all I could think about. And I thought to myself, oh, I could have a life in which my life feels like this every day, where this is what I focus on and I feel passionate about it and I love it. And so that's why I told my parents I have to do this. I have to go into film. And of course, my mom and dad were very upset. And the funny thing is now with Minari coming out, my dad said to me, "Aren't you glad that I never gave you any disapproval for going into film?" He doesn't remember. So American side like Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese. Um, th- these are two that I hold in high regard. Spike Lee, even. Um, and in Korea, like I mentioned, director Lee, director Bong are two incredible filmmakers to me. Uh, when it comes to actors, it honestly always fits the story. So I think about the story first, and then within that story, then I start to think about who are the dream people for this story. So I really don't know how to answer that question, and it could change. But I want to work with Yoon Yo Jung again, uh, for sure. That's one thing that I've been thinking.